all professional. I'm just gonna hold mine because I don't know what else to do with it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Be Your Own Boss podcast. I have some of my staff here with me today, so super exciting. If you guys are watching the video, here is Alex and Paige.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking about some things, just basically all things girl related and how we work with each other and don't go crazy. So be sure to stay tuned for the podcast if that's something that you're interested in. And we're just going to kind of dive on into it. So you guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves if you want.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm the inventory warehouse manager. I just started this week, so I'm a week in with Desert Down.
So exciting.
I'm Paige. I'm the marketing assistant. I'm
You have to talk louder, girlfriend.
7 months into being here now, so that's exciting.
Yeah. And how old are you guys?
I am 27.
I'm 22.
And I'm 25. So we're all kind of like in the same age group. 20
We're like
30.
222.
Yeah,
right?
literally. Okay, so I guess like something that I wanted to talk about today was just basically like all of us working, we're all girls, and working in like the same environment, like how we kind of get along with each other, I guess. Keep it cool. Definitely if you guys do work with all females, you understand like it's kind of tough at times, like we get through like all these emotional things, and you know sometimes we make each other mad or we're really good that day. It just depends on the day. So what do you guys think, like as far as like working with like all females, like is it hard or what do you think?
It is hard. You get like kind of a mixture of both of, you know, you're working with people that are just like you, but you know, at the same time, very different too.
It's very complex sometimes. You don't want to step on somebody's toes, but you also think your idea is better, but you also have to respect the other person's idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of like
Compromise.
just compromising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like realizing like, okay, is it really worth like making everyone mad about this situation, or is it more of a like, okay, let's let it go. And sometimes it is worth making somebody a little upset because it's something that's like,
If it's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
one person's feelings, as much as we all love each other, normally they get over it in about 30 minutes.
right.
Right.
And it's on to giggles and jokes.
Yeah, we just gotta like blow it off our shoulders sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. With us, like I feel like we don't really get like too like pissy with each other. It's just
No.
more like a, okay, give me 5 seconds. I need to do this really quick, and then we can get back to like.
Right.
you
Unless
know.
you're me and you can't stay focused and you're like, stop talking to me, and I start up another conversation.
We do say that a lot
Yes.
to each other. Just like stop talking to me. I need 5 seconds or like 30 minutes. But
But there's a very good line of respect between everybody
Yeah.
for that I have got to get this done, please. Oh, you know, when somebody says that, it's full force back off, let them focus.
right.
Totally.
Yeah. So I don't know, just like working all girls, and we do have one other staff member. Her name's Hillary, and she is 30. So like we do have a like older, I
Age
guess,
gap.
perspective too.
Yeah.
But as far as like us all working together, I feel like it's not a super like head-butting situation where we get into that.
We got
so.
slutty sushi today and had a drink at lunch.
We did get slutty sushi Fridays, so yeah, we did do that. We had some drinks. We're going out tonight, all of us, so super fun. But yeah, so that's kind of like, I guess, work environment, just like being compromising with each other and then like understanding boundaries
Yeah.
and stuff like
And
that.
I would say too, like the biggest thing is just learning from each other as well, and like our backgrounds. It's like you may have like a certain way of doing something, but you know, trying to get somebody else's perspective, where they're coming from, and then learning from them as well.
Right. And like even me, I'm not that experienced, and Alex has worked like as a manager at Von Mar for like 5 years, and she has a lot more managerial like, you know, like insight on that sort of stuff. So like for me, it even helps me to learn from other people. And like Paige is like taking over a lot of the social media stuff right now, and so like there's stuff that she sees, and like me, I probably would have taken it a totally different way, and then she takes it the nicer way. and so it's helpful.
We're a good level head to each other.
Yeah.
We know how to level each other
If
up.
our minds like made a baby or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, so going off of that, I guess we can go into like social media and how like women and women talk to each other. It's kind of, I don't know. You have people that are great, and then you have people that are just like, where did you find the audacity in your heart to say something like this?
It's like one or the other. You can't get like a happy in between. It's either girls are lifting each other up and they're praising each other, or they're totally just like dogging them.
Yeah.
And recently I had an issue where someone was just very rude, mean,
You might have to talk about it.
and just kill it with kindness. It's kind of our main focus or rule here for dealing. We're talking to customers. It's no matter how they speak to you, always speak super nice back, professional, courteous, respectful. They can be the meanest human being ever, and we are good at keeping our composure and just being kind and trying to rectify a situation and make it right.
Yeah. I think just talking to somebody like the way that you want to be treated is the best like go-to thing. But I know a lot of people, they'll talk mean to you and then they'll be like expecting you to like drag out the fight, you know,
Right.
like they want to fight you, and then we're just like, sorry, no, we're not gonna fight you, like we're gonna be nice still. And then they hate it more because we're being nice. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, it's a hard way to make people happy. But like with social media, I feel like it's so like everybody feels like, oh, you're a small business, like you should cater to every single thing,
Right.
rather than
But we're a small business.
right.
We can only do so much right now.
Yeah.
We're not Target.
We're not Target. People do compare us to Amazon, but we're not them. So,
No.
Those are
but
big shoes to fill.
I know.
The fact we're gonna be compared is
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of like people just expect to be like handed over things or like made, I guess like not made into, but like they want you to think that they are completely right and like completely 100% right, and they'll just like do anything or say anything to make that the situation. We had like a girl talk about the shoe size, and she was like, well, per your recommendation, I sized up and they're way too big and blah blah. And I was like, okay, I'd recommended that because like 90% of the people that chose that shoe said to size up, so like that's why I
Right.
even recommended that.
Yeah.
I was trying to help you out. Please don't be a bitch
Just
to
trying to
me.
help.
And so we put it in there, they were true to size, but if you're a half size, 2 size up. We never said if you're a size 8, size up to a size 9. If you're a size 6, size up to a size 7. We said if you're a half size, they are true to size, and everything is in our descriptions. If you have a question about any of our products, they're in the description. Alex does all the measurements on every single item. Shoes, we'll tell you in the description. Size up, size down, true to size.
Oh, you ain't moving, are you?
Carla's here. She's giving
It's like,
Paisley.
I couldn't even slide it over there. It was left-handed, though.
It's okay. Thank you.
Bye.
You too. Oh gosh. She gives Paisley treats every time she comes in here, so
Which
hey,
is twice
babe.
a day, so.
Yeah, Paisley gets treats. And then she gets treats from Tony sometimes. So she gets lots of treats. But yeah. But yeah, people on social media just like, I don't know. When I started this business, everybody was like, well, you're small, so I can get away with being like, I need free product, or like, I need this, or like,
Like
whatever.
walk all over you.
Yeah, like basically like walking all over me. And so now that we're bigger, I feel like people that have been with us like throughout the whole thing, they still see it like that. Like, and now that we're bigger, I'm like, no, like we have policies in place. I have people that handle this. It's not just me behind the social media. Like
Right.
when people message me on social media, it's mostly Paige. So,
You're talking to me.
so I'm like, she'll be like, what do you want me to say to this? And I'll be like, oh, this, and this, and this. And she's like, okay. I'm like, all right, it's cool. So.
Like
And a lot
99% of the time, if you send a message to us on comments, Messenger, DM,
Facebook, yeah.
you're talking to me, I'm responding to you.
Yeah.
If it's personal to Liv, I will read it, then I'll mark it as unread and let her message back. If it's a generic question, you are dealing with me.
So, yeah, I think that people definitely, like, didn't get that until recently. Like, they didn't understand that, like, it's not just me, like,
Yeah.
running this
You have girls now that
little business.
you have a
So,
full team.
yeah, got a good team. So,
Very
But-
positive. Everything's so positive.
we try to keep it that way. There definitely are days where we have like bad days though, and like I feel like we really all understand that.
I feel like we are all very good at reading the room
Yeah, I would say.
and knowing who's off, who's having a bad day. Okay, this person is not talking as much. Like, we're just gonna kind of throw on a podcast and mellow out today.
Yeah, we actually listen to podcasts probably 90% of the time compared to music. And then I was like, hey, let's do a podcast. And we're like, like, I don't know. But, I don't know. So far, so good.
I'm just not talking, but hey.
Say what you want, girl. Say what you want. That stuff, though, like social media, I mean, that pertains to her stuff, so. But this one pertains to you.
Okay.
Having fun and getting shit done.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Your MO.
I am loving it here so much. Coming from Von Mar, it was just strictly you're here and you're here to work and that's it. Very strict, and it's like, oh my gosh, just coming here and just like you can have fun and get shit done at the same time. It's just, it's been amazing.
But when you have a good system too, like everybody has their own jobs, like you have inventory, so like when something needs done in inventory, we come to you and say, hey, what do you need help with? Like, It's not really like, oh, we don't know what's going on, whatever. We have spreadsheets and data sheets and all that stuff, so we all have like a pretty good idea of like what needs to be done.
Exactly. Yeah. And like Liv as our boss, like she understands, like you're laid back, but at the same time, like, you know, you're on top of everything too. And she understands that like if she lets us be free in what we want to do, like we're gonna get the stuff done, but then our mental health is gonna be so much better too. So it's gonna make us want to keep working hard and getting it done as well.
Yeah. I try to keep it fun, light, but
Well, the harder we work, the more like rewards we get. As in, we had slutty sushi.
and beer at
and
lunch.
beer.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And the hours too, oh my gosh. That's the other thing too. It's like I come from working 9.5, 10-hour days, and now here we work 8:30 to 4, and we still get stuff done. It's like if we were to stay an extra hour, you know, you kind of kill time. If you have if you have to stay for a long period of time, you're like, okay, what am I gonna do to make the day go by? Versus being here for 7 hours, it's like, okay, I need to get this, and this done. You move super quick and fast too.
No, I totally agree. Because, like, I just remember working at, like, a bank, and I'd be like, what am I going to do the last hour? I've done all this, and this, and, like, now I have nothing else to do. And it's just, like, I don't know. I never want to, like, not have anything to do. I feel like we always have something to do.
Exactly, always.
You might have to look for a hot minute and take a step back and reevaluate it. You'll find something. Or you're like, there's not enough time in the day to get this done.
Yeah. Lots of deep cleaning, I guess.
I like it.
You can always organize.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. That's all good information. Just like if you have a good time, like I feel like if I'm having fun doing something, one, I usually get it done faster than I would have done it if I was like, you know, like had just a list of stuff to do instead of I was like doing stuff and like talking. Like I'm doing stuff and talking and like thinking about other stuff. I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing, and I'm just like getting it done. Like I'm still paying attention, but like I'm still just getting it done.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting like in silence, like, you know, scrolling or like.
Exactly. And I'm more excited to come to work. Like I look forward to coming to work. I think about work and I'm like, okay, when I get there tomorrow, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. Whereas like before I would be like, I don't want to think about work. Like I will deal with that when I get to work tomorrow, sort of a thing. And you know, creating a good atmosphere, it's gonna make you excited to go. Yeah. This is our home away from home.
Yeah,
it is.
And we're getting a new warehouse, so that'll be even a better home away from
Yes. Oh my gosh. We're growing.
Yeah. Getting to the final destination, I call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Growth is scary, but not when you have like good people, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's scary, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And I feel like if you're not scared, then what's the point?
Exactly.
You should always be scared.
You should always be scared.
Well, if you're not, you're stuck.
Paige is like, let's listen to serial killer podcast while we're at work and are around a bunch of crazy people.
I mean, if you're not scared of your life, you're not.
If you're not scared, you're not
growing.
pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push your limits a little bit. Yeah, I agree, 1000%. I've always lived like that, I think. Just
Yeah.
like, I'm always like, what else can I do? Now what? Now what's going on?
How can I better myself in each aspect?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so my next question is, where did you see your careers, like, before you even knew what Desert Down was? Like, what did you guys want to do, like, in life?
I wanted to be Rachel Green. I wanted to be a buyer so bad.
I don't even know who Rachel Green is.
Okay.
You never
Okay.
watch Friends?
Okay, I don't really, I'm not a good memory person. I'm
Okay.
just-
That's true.
So we know Liv doesn't watch Friends. But Rachel
I
Green.
know what our next thing's gonna be is our podcast.
Oh my gosh, I have a Friends tattoo, so I'm obsessed with
Oh my
Friends.
goodness.
Don't you have didn't you get engaged and your shirt said, these are
Yes.
lobsters?
I had a Friends themed engagement,
Oh my
and like
God.
he even got shirts that said like I found my lobster and stuff like that.
I don't know what that means, but it's so cute.
Because
We'll educate
we'll
you.
get into all of that.
I need educated.
We're gonna put up we're gonna put that TV back in here and we're just gonna watch Friends all day long.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a good background.
Yeah.
But Rachel, she was a buyer for Ralph Lauren, but she also started out at Bloomingdale's, I think. She was a buyer. So I just wanted to be a buyer. So that's actually why I started with Bon Mar, is because I wanted to grow in that aspect. I actually went and did the buying. I absolutely hated it. It's just a lot of like analyzing numbers, just sitting there, and it's very like analytical. Where I like to be more like with the product. So that's why my position now is perfect.
Like style wise. More.
Exactly.
So like if you guys don't know what a buyer is like who goes and buys the product for the store. So that's what a buyer is. What
Yeah.
she's talking about.
And it's just dealing like with a lot of the budget, you know, the type of money you have, you know, what you got to work with, and what you want to put it into, sort of a thing. But you know, I didn't like really the buying aspect. So then I went back to the stores, and I was working my way up to store management. I mean, I was a floor manager, so I was like a part of the executive management. But then, kind of my next move would be to be a store manager one day. But now I'm here, and I just want to grow with the company as much as possible.
Yeah, at least you found that out early though that you did not like the buying
Yeah.
aspect of Bon
Yeah.
Mar, and you're like, okay, I tried it, didn't like it, on to my next drink.
Right.
Well, and like every store does it different, because like the way when we had our interview, like you were talking about buying, I was like, that's a lot different than like the buying that I do, like compared to like boutique style buying instead of like corporate buying.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just like that like was different than what you were looking for. Like I don't
Totally.
know. Like everyone, like you said though, crunching numbers. When I went to Dallas, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool! You get to go to Dallas." I'm like, "Do you understand that it's like 99.9% work though? Like you're doing numbers, like you said, and
Yeah.
like trying to style things and pick things out for like each category and each month or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like analytics. So
It is. And the reason like why Bon Mar was so much is because like when I had friends that were buyers that went to different companies to be buyers, they said that the buyers at Bon Mar have like 3 positions within one. Like normally at another place there's somebody who just strictly looks at like sales and you know how stuff is selling, and then somebody that looks into like the budget, and I don't know, it was a lot that was
Yeah.
thrown on the plate, so it was
Yeah.
too much.
no, that's how I felt though, because like before, well, I guess still like I do the buying, I do the budgeting, I do the analytical stuff, like what's selling, what's not, and like it's a lot because like you'll say like Paige will say like, well, we've had this forever. I'm like, you're right. Why am I buying the same style? Like I don't know. So like analytically, like it's a lot to like look at, and so it's nice to have like you and her to like be like, what do we need to bring to the table?
We
Like
go over your shopping cart, as we call it, a lot, and we're like, okay,
like why are we buying
like
this?
we will question you and start that conversation, and
Yeah. I like that though. I like being like challenged, and I like having another opinion because I've done this by myself for the past 2 years. So like having somebody else's one style and then 2 like outlook on it.
it almost takes the mental load off of you a little bit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it for sure does. It does, because I drive myself nuts with like, what do I buy? I don't know. I don't know what to get. So, but yeah, so that's cool. So like, you wanted to be a buyer, then you went to Von Mar, you've been a store manager, and now you're here.
And now I'm
Oh my
here,
gosh.
and I have a little touch of everything kind of combined in one, and I love it.
Yeah, and I feel like you're just like scraping the surface of like where it could go from there. Like you're just like learning the basics right now,
Yeah.
and like later on it'll maybe be
Open opportunities.
more.
Yeah.
And like Paige, I mean, she started off just sending orders out every day, and now
Bottom of
she's.
the barrel, then bottom of the totem pole.
You are not the bottom of the
That's
barrel.
what it is. You start bottom of the barrel, then you work your way up.
Oh my gosh.
You look at it that way.
That job's important though.
No, every job, there's
Very.
not one job that is more important than another.
Right.
Here. But that is, you start there and then you work your way up.
Yeah, I would say that like
So totem
that's the
pole,
basics.
yes.
Yeah.
That's the beginner position.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
So where did you
crazy.
see yourself before Desert Valley?
I was accepted into nursing school.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
I come from a medical background. I worked in a hospital for almost
Playing
3
footsie
years,
with you.
I think. Before I came here, it's like that's why it's hard for me to accept change in some of our processes because in the hospital it was cutthroat. It is this, this, and this, and we are not. So now I'm like, that's just how my brain is trained, and I'm working on that.
You've got it.
But-
I mean, you adjust pretty good. I
Yeah.
feel like.
I'm
I feel
getting
like
there.
you've made adjustments too. Like
Yeah.
you've like initiated different things. So
And I definitely saw myself medical field, and then I had Jameson,
your baby.
and that threw a wrench in nursing school for the time being, and I started shopping here before I applied.
Yeah, you did shop here because I remember you would bring your baby in, and I had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
So.
And now,
And now we're friends.
yeah. And here I am. I
Did
could
you
not.
ever think you'd be a marketer?
No. And I was having a conversation with my boyfriend the other day about this. I'm like, people go to school for this stuff for years, and here I am.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I
love
would
it.
say though, like, okay, so my parents have a company, and like they have hired marketers and stuff, and they went to school and they have no clue what to do. And then like you kind of like watched what we did before like you got
Yeah.
into your job, and then so you knew exactly like what the themes were, what we post about, like
Our
how-
language. That was a big aspect that we talked about. Is we want to get back to the language we want to use.
Right, right. Yeah, so I feel like he definitely had like the like basically like the building blocks to like your job before
Yeah.
you got the job. So like, I don't know. I feel like that definitely helped.
Yeah.
But like, I see a lot of people who go to school and they don't know a quarter of the stuff that you know.
Yeah. And the
So-
thing with being the fun thing about being here is when I first started, Liv always said, there's always room to grow. There's always room for promotions, to grow with the company, to go higher and higher. So that's like, for me personally, always a goal is to keep working hard, and then you will see that how we're growing, the responsibility growing, and that's fun.
Yeah,
For me anyways. I
No.
like that.
I totally agree. Cause
I like working towards goals and
yeah.
staying with the company.
Well, and like, I mean, you've been here long enough. Like, we've had people that are just like A-okay with where they're at, and then we have people that want to grow, and like, some people get mad when like other people want to grow and they're okay with where they're at, but like, at the end of the day, like, it all comes down to like personal goals. So, like you said, like, you wanted that higher position, so you were doing things to like
Yeah.
try to like build yourself up, and like, you know,
And that's
people
just,
can't get mad about that.
that's just the thing with me is I will always try to build and go higher because that's just who I am, but it'll always be within the company
Yeah.
because I can't see myself anywhere else now. Like, it's a
Aw.
good, positive environment. I like coming every day. I like my girls.
I've been here for a week and I agree.
I know, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I like sit back and like I have a bad thing about time, like knowing what time is, ADHD. It's like I can't put time with reality, whatever. So I feel like Paige has been doing this job for like months. I feel like you've been here for months. Like I feel like everyone has like all their stuff down to like,
Science.
you know, yeah, like a science, like a system. Like I don't really have to like check in. Like I was telling, like I tell you all the time, Paige, I tell Paige all the time, whatever. I'm like, always let me know if you need anything, and like once in a while she'll need something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I told Alex, I was like, if you need anything, it's only been a week, but if you need anything, and then she's like, oh no, I got it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, you know, and everything's been running smoothly.
You have
So
a good
I mean,
system.
yeah,
And me and Alex are really good about helping each other. Our jobs kind of coordinate a little bit together, so then we get to work together, and that's a lot of fun too.
yeah. Yeah, we each have like a person that we correlate with, but like we also like have a group that we correlate with. So
We'll all
that's pretty
correlate
nice.
together.
Correlate. How many times we take a drink? But
You can do like an AMS.
it's super fun. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I enjoy everybody who's here. So, well, that covers my last question.
I'm just excited for the future.
I know. We have.
What are
so many-
your future plans?
Mine? Oh my gosh. Nobody ever asked me that. Well, I like have been doing this for only 2 years, and like I was talking to my accountant, she's like, you know, people that are 25, this is usually not like where the situation is. Like they're just now getting started on like their career goals or their like ambitions, and you pretty much built a company literally from your parents' basement. So like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, my goal is to like eventually be able to like step out of the company a little bit. Like I still want to be part of it, but I don't want to have to be here to know that everything's running smoothly, which like I don't feel like that now, but like I have definitely felt like that the past 2 years, to where I'm like on edge a little bit of like, can I even like leave? Like, do I have to be here for everything to like be sailing ship? So like, I definitely want to be able to like go live my life. I definitely want kids in the future. So like, I want to be able to like step away for that. But as far as like business ventures, like this is one of my business ventures. Like I feel like I'll have some other things that go along with it. Like I've always wanted to get into real estate. Investing in other companies, like that's something that I've wanted to do, but like this will always be like my baby and like my thing. But I definitely want to like have time to branch out. Like this podcast, even like I used to not have time to even think about doing this, and like now I'm like, I get to do what I want. So like now I get to do that, and I don't know, it's fun to like be able to do things that even are just hobbies, because like for the past 2 years I've been grinding 24/7 to make sure that things get done. So it's like
I'll cry a little bit the day that comes when I don't want to say when you're not needed, but when you don't have to sit here all the time and make sure everything's getting done.
Yeah.
Like when you are able to, I'm gonna cry for a hot minute because I like having you here.
Well, I'll
It's
still be
fun.
here. I'll just be
It's
working on other things.
It's exciting though, watching you go into different endeavors and being a part of it.
Yeah. No, I always want to be here. I just like want to be able to like work on other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to make like, this is like a income, I guess, like business little lesson, whatever. This is a business where I have to keep investing, and I have to keep like bringing physical product, and like my main goal is to like have passive income. Like I sell Etsy presets, and so like I don't have to have a product that I have to ship it out and I have to send it and all this stuff. Like it's just literally like, those are the presets, they digital download, like whatever. It's passive income, stuff that I never have to think about. But with this, it's like something I constantly have to like think about and like be very like mindful of all the time. So that's the stuff I'm trying to get into. But like working on that and this, it's like kind of hard.
Yeah.
So
Be a lot on the plate.
yeah. So my goals are just basically to like be able to have a family and develop there without having to work until 2 a.m. every day. So
Yeah.
so yeah, which is like recently, since you've been helping with like social media stuff, like I go home and I'm like, what do I do with myself? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do right now? What do normal people do? I don't know. So yeah.
And here I am at 10 o'clock at night. Why is my phone going off? And like checking all the like responding to things.
You're literally getting the ass end of what I used to do.
I like it though.
But you don't have to respond at 10 p.m. Like,
Oh,
come
no.
into work and respond.
Sometimes when it's not fresh in my mind, I'm like, I know the answer. It's easier
Oh
to
my
respond to
gosh.
you.
Oh, that was the most annoying part of my whole thing. Like, people just want you to be like on point 24/7. So like, they would message me at like midnight, and they would message me something, and then I wouldn't even like read it, like, you know, click on it and read it. But 5 minutes later, did you get my message? And then they're commenting on all of my pictures. I messaged you, I PM'd you, and I'm like, I know. I am sleeping. Like,
We got one a few weeks back, a situation like that where it was an email, a message on all of our accounts, and then like 10 comments, or like 10 pictures. There was a comment on it saying, have you seen my message? I DM'd you. And me and Hill were like, whoa, it is 8:30 in the morning. We just got here. Like, give us a second, please.
right.
We see you guys.
You're lucky you don't have to deal with that.
I was like, I promise I'm
Nope.
gonna answer. Just give me a minute. Let me put my bag down.
Oh, man.
Just come in and do my own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna hear some of the phone calls.
Oh no, yeah, I just get to listen in on all of it.
Yeah, I think that like ties in though to like what we were first talking about, like everyone thinking like we're a small business and then thinking that we are just like at our phones praying somebody comments or like messages us, and we are so busy that that's like the last thing. So like another thing, like I guess I meant to hit on earlier was like people will like send us DMs of like on Instagram or Facebook saying like I want to return this, I want to do this, I want to like switch this out, what can I do? And I'm like, we have a customer service email, we have a phone number, we have all of this stuff where like you can get a hold of us, but we don't handle like customer service stuff over social media. Like social media is not the place to do that.
Yeah.
And on our website at the very bottom, it does say make a return, and it walks you through all the steps.
Right.
We have it. And when you go to purchase an item,
We have a return policy like on each item.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's literally there for you guys. Everything you need to know is on our website.
Yeah. On
Everything.
Instagram it says email only. But we
Well,
still get the
And I mean,
DMs.
even on individual posts, we'll put up and someone will say, "Where can I get this? Where did you get that?" Or like, "It's from our store. It's dropping Sunday. Please read the caption."
The caption, nobody reads.
No.
No.
I've gotten that so much the last 2 weeks. I'm like, please read the caption.
We put
You
a lot
will
of
get
thought into
all
this
of-
caption.
Yeah, for
I
real.
do. I have made a Google Doc and shared with all of us of caption ideas. I'm like, please read the caption.
So please read and appreciate.
Read and appreciate.
I would turn on that.
Free t-shirts.
Read and appreciate slutty
That and our slutty sushi. Yeah.
Slutty sushi. Oh my god.
I don't even know how I came up with slutty sushi, but here we are.
I think Alex came and she's like, "Oh, sushi on Fridays." I'm like, "Yeah, slutty sushi," and then it just became
Just
a
kept
thing.
We love us some
Oh my
slutty sushi.
Slutty Sushi Fridays.
Yeah, beer drinking Fridays.
Oh yeah.
It's just the three of us today too, so it's just very laid back.
Yeah, we're just missing Hillary. She's getting a tooth pulled.
Oh, that's awful. I didn't know that's why she wasn't here.
Yeah, I was like, "Please go home and sleep."
Thinking of her.
She was gonna come in.
Yeah, she was gonna come in.
She's a badass.
She kind of is a badass.
Hillary, if
hard
you're
ass.
watching this,
we
we're
love
thinking
you.
of you.
Please, hopefully you're not in pain. but
Oh.
but yeah, so that's just kind of our take, I guess, on like female interaction.
Yeah.
Sorry that our heater.
Here it comes.
Shut up.
Here it comes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, do you guys have anything else that you want to like tell them about or talk about?
Not that I can think of. No.
Let Liv know you guys want to know about, and
What do you want to hear? What do you want to see?
Yeah, comments, everything. But all right, so thank you for listening to today's episode. We do have a new Patreon, so if you want to help support this podcast, updating equipment, sharing research, stuff like that, or just basically any kind of support. Also, Desert Down does donate like all the profits for our Patreon and our Desert Down merch to local rodeo and FFA organizations, anything ag related or Western industry related. So if you guys want to go to patreon.com/beyourownbosspodcast, you can become a Patreon on there. We also, if you do become a Patreon, we'll shout out your business and give you a little like promo ad, I guess, on there. And then also, if you want to shop Desert Down, desertdown.com. Follow us on Instagram. My personal handle is Olivia_Honig, and then the brand, of course, is Desert Down_Ranchwear. But thank you guys for listening.
thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers and happy Friday.
Yeah. Bye, guys.